Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big topics into clear, understandable pieces. Today, we are diving deep into the complex world of network security. Our digital lives feel so seamless. We work, we shop, we connect, all with just a click. But underneath all that simplicity, there's a constant, invisible battle being fought to keep our information, our data, and basically our digital selves safe. So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to unpack the huge challenges of network security. Then we'll get into the essential toolkit designed to manage it all, starting with the question of who you are and then moving to what you use. Right, so let's get into it. To really understand the solutions, we first have to appreciate just how incredibly difficult the task at hand really is. Just think about it for a second. Modern networks aren't these simple, tidy little boxes. Nope. They're these massive, sprawling, constantly evolving ecosystems that connect countless different devices, all kinds of software, and dozens of protocols. And yeah, trying to manage all of that, it can feel a lot like what you're seeing in this image. It honestly just perfectly captures the kind of controlled chaos that IT and security teams are dealing with every single day. Just trying to keep track of everything is a monumental task, let alone securing it. And it's not just about threats from the outside trying to break in. Sometimes the biggest risk comes from people who already have the keys, employees or partners who already have authorized access. And that's really where it gets tricky, right? How do you spot that one internal risk that's hiding in plain sight? It all becomes this super delicate dance between trusting your team and having the right monitoring and controls in place. And here's the ultimate catch-22 of security. You can build the tightest, most complicated security system in the world, but if it stops people from actually getting their work done, well, then it's basically useless. Finding that perfect balance between, say, Fort Knox-level security and a smooth, easy user experience is a constant struggle. You lean too far one way and you're vulnerable. Too far the other and everything just grinds to a halt. And as if all that wasn't enough, security teams are also dealing with a threat landscape that changes by the minute. They're trying to secure old technology that was never designed for this, and often they're doing it with tight budgets and not enough people. It's a really, really tough gig. Okay, so now that we get how hard the problem is, let's start talking about the solutions. We're going to build this up from the ground floor, starting with the absolute most fundamental question in all of security. How do you prove you are who you say you are? The first tool in our kit is something called Single Sign-On, or SSO. The big idea here is simple. Make our digital lives easier by cutting down on that mountain of passwords we all have to remember, but doing it without making things less secure. So here's the play-by-play. You, the user, try to get into an app. A central trusted service called an identity provider steps in to verify who you are. Once it's convinced, it basically hands out a secure digital hall pass to all the other connected apps, telling them, yep, this person's good, let him in. So yeah, you can really think of SSO as a universal master key. You unlock that first main door, and all the other doors you're supposed to have access to just open for you. It's the perfect combination of convenience and security. But what if someone steals that one master password? That's a huge problem, right? And that is exactly where multi-factor authentication, you probably know it as MFA, comes in. It demands more than just something you know, like a password. This image is just the perfect way to think about it. One lock is good, sure, but adding a second, totally different kind of lock, that's way, way better. That second factor could be a code that pops up on your phone, your fingerprint, or even a little physical key you plug into your computer. And this whole identity thing goes even deeper. You've got concepts like role-based access control, or RBAC. Fancy name, simple idea. You only get access to what you actually need to do your job. And then there's Privileged Access Management, or PAM, which puts extra special, super tight controls on the most powerful accounts, the ones that hold the digital keys to the entire kingdom. Okay, so we've covered the user, the person behind the keyboard. Now let's talk about protecting the actual machines they're using, the laptops, servers, and phones that are right there on the front lines of this battle. This is what the pros call Endpoint Protection. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital security guard standing watch on every single device connected to the network. It's constantly looking for nasty stuff like viruses, malware, and ransomware, trying to stop it before it can do any damage. So how do these systems actually spot the bad guys? Well, there are two main approaches. The first is signature-based. Think of it like a detective with a huge database of criminal fingerprints. It's just looking for known, pre-identified threats. The second, much smarter method is behavior-based. It uses AI to learn what normal activity looks like on your network, and then it flags anything that seems off, anything that deviates from that baseline. And finally, we have one of the most critical, but honestly least glamorous jobs in all of security: patch management. The best analogy is that it's like fixing a broken window in your house before a burglar notices it. It's just the simple, disciplined process of keeping all your software updated to plug security holes before attackers can find them. All right, so we've looked at the challenges and some of the key tools in the toolbox. What's the big takeaway from all this? What's the bottom line? This quote really nails it. The challenges are huge and they never stop. But the toolkit of identity verification and device fortification gives us a powerful way to fight back. The key thing to remember is that security is never done. It's a continuous, never-ending game of strategy and adaptation. And that leaves us with this final thought. In this ongoing battle, with technology getting more advanced for both sides, are we destined to always be playing catch-up in this cybersecurity race? Every time we build a better lock, are they just building a better lockpick? It's something to think about.